All right. Good morning, everyone. How we doing? It's Tuesday, February 10th. NASDAQ, we did have a nice continuation move yesterday. Good follow through from Friday's bullish engulfing. Yeah, as a recap, Friday, we saw a test of higher time frame support and last year's value area high. It's right through here at 24,330. Buyer stepped in aggressively with the big bullish engulfing. That was Friday, right? Yesterday, we're looking for continuation. And today is going to be pretty similar. Basically, the target, if price is testing range support, where's the target going to be? Target's going to be range high, right? Just kind of moves, got kind of caught between there, but just moves between the edge points of the range. So until we have more market generated information that kind of counters that idea, that's what I'm going to continue to look for. Continued upside here up into the monthly open, that February open, and then potentially up into 25,700, which is where the current year to date volume point of control sits. So, main focus for this morning near the open, especially in the first 15, 30 minutes here, is going to be the prior day high and overnight high area. I like to see if we're going to have a strong open, maybe a move above that prior day high for some potential positioning. If not, if the prior day high is defended as resistance from sellers, I'll be watching this 25,200 zone for potential long opportunities, as well as the overnight low for a potential spring setup. And if weakness continues through both of those areas, so through the overnight low and then down through 25,200, I'll be looking at a prior day low. See how that prior day low is going to be treated. Pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. Overnight action, uneventful, very tight range on low volume. Yeah, very, very tight structure on low volume there. For the most part, that overnight session is just between some prior day structure points, some structure points from Monday. So let's see, we got 90 seconds till the open here. We do have a 10 a.m. data print. Something to keep in mind. And 1 minute till the open. So NQ looks like we're going to open here in no man's land. Here comes the open. So let's see what we're working with. There's your open. Open right at 376. No gap this morning, so just an open right there at prior day volume point of control. That's the shirt. Yeah, well, I'll post some merch when I get some time. It's like the lowest priority item. But eventually we'll get some fresh merch posted. So NASDAQ still right here, prior day volume point of control. Where's the store link? There's no merch currently, but hopefully soon. So a little churn here, prior day volume point of control. Staying patient right now. I need either that overnight high, prior day high area up into 430 or down into overnight low 280. That double zero just overhead 25,400. Yesterday's volume very low, pretty much all day long, below average volume yesterday. Opening 5-minute bar getting ready to close. See what ES is doing. ES pretty choppy open as well. YM strong open there in the Dow. Russell, not much movement there in Russell. Haven't looked at metals in a while. NASDAQ just sitting on the lows. That was a slow first 5 minutes, huh? Fatigue looking at volume point and control overnight, right there at 360, it looks like. There's a fresh low. Okay, getting a little movement now. Waking up a little bit, giving us some movement. Does any old merch? No. It's all gone, man. All the old stuff had Opinicus on it anyway. You're gonna want the new and improved PTG. Nasdaq, there's 25,300, almost an overnight low. Look at volume though. Where is everyone? Terrible, terrible volume. Critique. Let's see if it holds this area. What are you looking at? Value area low, probably. Yeah, a little bounce from right there. A little 40-point bounce. So far, nothing I can do per plan. Except for have some water. That's in my plan today. I saw Top Step made some sweeping changes to their live program. Yet again, more L's from Top Step. Did you guys see all that? Do you guys see all the Top Step changes? What changes? We'll look at it in a sec. Let's see how overnight low is treated on Nasdaq. All right, overnight low incoming. The live rules are on par with most firms. Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't anything super crazy, but being on par with most firms, I don't know if that's a good benchmark, right? If you're like the top dog, you don't necessarily want to be on par with most firms. Probably want to set the standard. Probably want to be above and beyond. So NQ down and through overnight low, no uptick in volume. Doesn't look like a spring is going to materialize here. So we'll wait for 200. That might be it. Let's see how this 1 minute closes. Critique next area 200. Yeah, I like that 200 area. Even a reclaim at 300 right here could be decent. Right into value area low. We'll try it. We'll try the spring per plan. Volume's kind of killing it. You want elevated RVol on that trade. That's what really sets the trap, which the spring is going to be based on a trap. What time is it? Okay, opening 15-minute bar just closed. We've got data at 10 a.m. Probably a low impact print, but data nonetheless. Stop beneath the lows here. Then we'll look at 200. Volume point of control may shift here in a sec into 310. Little break at 315 right here. That second peel will be hit. And there's your volume point of control shift. RTH point of control shifts lower, 309. Volume's still showing like 50 to 60% of the average, just kind of eyeballing it right there. Back in an overnight low. So if the lows get taken out here, I'll be looking down near 25,200. NASDAQ back into the lows. Trading out levels of interest has been the sauce rather than using reference points. Yeah, levels of interest always going to be superior. Absolutely. So there's the stop. Cancel that floating order. So 0 for 1. Start the morning, but that trade's per plan. Overnight low spring setup. Volume still below average. Taking note of that. And check that hourly bar. 10 minutes. Is that the shakeout? Did I get shaken out? The shakeout. Yep. The shakeout. That's trading for you. Real life trading. Okay. There's your uptick in volume as well. So this structure is definitely improving here. 5 minute through prior bar high. I'll keep my focus on that 25 280 area. That's the overnight low. 25 330. So you have that little tiny intraday structure point right there. So we saw one little uptick in volume and then just back to average, back to below average. Here's NQ coming into value area high, prior day volume point of control. Get that 5 minute bar. YM nonstop today. Wow. Is that all time highs for YM? Yep. Nice push on NQ. Unfortunate shakeout on my end. Let's see how this develops with 5 minutes until 10 a.m. How does Autopilot Trader go with prop firms not allowing overnight trades? It doesn't take overnight trades. No overnight trades. There's value area high. Getting into the opening print. Nice move. Nice move. See, that's the sort of move you want to see with the spring setup. Just goes instantly, never looks back, never falters, just rips it. ES up through overnight high, coming into 7K, that ES. So next spot I'll look at positioning for NQ is up near prior day high, 430 area. Pratik 20 points on ES. Nice work, man. Solid trade. And the 30-minute candle's looking much better, isn't it? That's why you never want to make trading decisions based on incomplete candles. Nicole riding the ES. Nice. That was a nice move there on ES. NASDAQ is just shy of the high. It's a 140-point move off the lows. Dom, 100 points floating. Nice. Got stopped on the first NQ move and re-entered. 1 for 2. Well done. Yeah, I got shaken. The shakeout. No FOMO? Why would I have FOMO? What is there to be afraid of? There's 10 a.m. You have ES looking above prior day high at 7K. No new high of day yet in Nasdaq. So a little relative strength in ES there. Dom trailed out. That was a nice trade, man. 100 points. Well done, dude. As expected, that 10 a.m. print, just a nothing burger, low impact. So let's get an update on our 30-minute. Little look beneath the overnight structure. Back into the highs of that overnight structure. The question now is, are we going to see a break and then a continuation up into 530? Or is price just going to hang out in this range for today? TBD. Dom took the first entry, got stopped, and then got back in. Solid. Solid. Nice recovery. Yeah, I didn't want to slap that one again, personally. Strategic first entry idea was good, just not a good location for me on NQ. Yeah, overnight low in a more bullish near-term context, I could use it. It's a failed trade. I don't really need to rack my brain on it for too long. Just move on to the next play. Move on to the next play. As long as I'm following the process and respecting my rules, then the outcome will take care of itself. I just got to make sure that I'm locked in on the process. That's it. That is it. That is it. So that's my whole objective every day, right? Stay dialed in on that process. Outcome will take care of itself. The second you step out of the process, that's where you start to have problems. That is where the problems come. Okay, what I wanted to look at, let's see. All right, so a bunch of you didn't see this, it sounds like. The new Top Step live account rules. So I guess I don't know if this is totally accurate, but apparently on their website it says that they may be working with an intraday trail on the live account. Apparently, I haven't verified any of this stuff myself. I just logged into Twitter this morning and people are going insane about this. So let's look at this. So when you go live, you're only able to access 20% of your selected account value. So previously, from my understanding, if you let's say you had a 50K account and you were going live and you had 50,000 in your XFA, okay? That could be among 5 accounts, 5 XFAs. You got a total equity in there of 50K. They'll put you live with the 50K account. That's your cap. Now, if you have 5 150Ks and you have, 150K of equity, they'll put you live with 150K. They're changing that now so that it's only 20%. And then you have oh, hold on. We got to switch back to, we got to focus NQ up through prior day high. Let's see. So can we see acceptance above overnight high, prior day high area? That's the question right now. Tough. Uh, Good uptick in volume. We have location. Still need. What I like now is a little bit more of an extension higher and then an entry. We'll see if we actually get it. But yeah, target's going to be 500, 530 area. 500, 530, and the bullishness, which started on Friday, continues. Still need an entry. Still need an entry. Still just with the one shakeout today. Josh, how far above the level do you like to see an extension? Definitely more than what we have here. There's like 15 points. That's nothing. That is absolutely nothing right there. At that point, you're essentially buying highs, right? Which I don't really. That's not my play. Keep an eye on ES as well with the relative strength there as it kind of retests prior day high, overnight high zone. Dom, this extension is a single 2-minute candle. Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing. There's nothing. Muggsy, heck yeah, man. Good sign of growth right there. Look at this volume. Look at this volume. Terrible. So bad. So bad. And rolling over. Rolling over. So let's see. This gets a little more interesting now. If this is going to be the range for today, kind of like we talked about earlier, just respecting this overnight structure that is kind of built out. What the heck? Where's my pen? There we go. It's like this, right? In which case, I'll wait for this area again. Yeah, that's a prime example right there. I think it was Josh earlier was asking about extension above. That's why you want more of an extension above, not just like a little look above. Good volume coming in now. Okay. Was that some news or we just have was that just an upthrust? I don't see any news. So that's just a little upthruster. Upthrusty. What type of music do I listen to when I trade? Just chill, instrumental, peaceful music, no lyrics. Lo-fi girl. It used to be that YouTube channel Lo-fi girl, but they put the occasional ad right in the middle of it, and I just no can do. So, like I said, I like. I mean, the game plan for me remains the same. I'm watching down here, right, or watching up above here. In between, not interested. I have no edge in the middle. Don't diddle in the middle. Do not diddle in the middle. So let's go back to this, what we were talking about earlier with Top Step. So you can only go live with 20% now. That's not, I don't think that's the end of the world. I mean, the firm's gotta kind of protect their downside there. What I do wonder is if you blow that first 20%, are they going to unlock the rest of it for you? Or is the account just done? I would guess that it's just done. But some more clarity on that would be nice. And then let's see what else we have here. Yeah, you begin with 20% of your eligible starting account balance. And then, yeah, so it's unlocked as your performance improves. Okay. See what else we got here. And a lot of this stuff is honestly going to apply to like less than 1% of Top Step users. Probably like 0.5% of all Top Step users, to be honest. Wonder what their stats on are on total users versus who actually goes live. So daily loss limit doesn't look like there's any update here. This one is interesting. If you have more than a 30% drawdown on your live account, you get put back into an express funded account. They call this the shoulder tap express funded account. So they're doing a lot to really protect their downside. They still have the performance bonuses, which looks pretty nice. And let's see what's this. So yeah, this is the scaling. So as you make more profits, you unlock more risk. That makes sense to me. That's pretty valid. I think the one big question mark right now with all of it is this thing that's going around with the daily loss limit. This says intraday. Intraday on both realized and unrealized net P&L. So is that like an Apex style daily loss limit? We'll probably have more information on it soon. But yeah, a lot of people are just freaking out, going absolutely crazy about this. So that's the update on Top Step in case you guys missed it. Do I have a live Top Step account? No. I've got four XFAs. Four XFAs going, all 50Ks. And I'm going to, the next one I do will be a 150. But yeah, Top Step, I mean, they just, it seems like it's just L after L over the past month or so. And they ran that Super Bowl ad. I gather they're probably trying to just scale, like they're probably trying to reach a broader audience. It's kind of what I'm gathering. If they're running Super Bowl ads. Oh, they clarified on the Discord end of day and claimed we'll never do intraday. Okay. Okay, that's good info. Yeah, they still push you live after 5 payouts. Max limit loss per day in a 50K account. I just trade the setups. I trade whatever setups are right in front of me. If I take 3 losses in a row, usually That's my sign to shut it down. All for the brokers are making the firm more corporate so they can primarily focus on the brokerage. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I could see that being a reality. Des, I still love TPT. Yeah, same. TPT still pretty much number one for me. TPT, and then I think to round out the top three, it's like a tie between Tradeify and Lucid. Then you probably have Top Step now, like drop into fourth or fifth place. Yeah, Trade Day is solid. Funded Next, solid. Trade Day is like one of the I that's like a sleeper. Like they kind of fly under the radar, but they're really good. Daily payouts. Their caps are a little lower than Take Profit Trader, so that's kind of a ding for them, but they're solid. Okay, Nasdaq right back into prior day high, overnight high here. So if we can see price make a new high of day and then kind of retest this zone, my assumption would be price wants up into this area. But so far, I still just have the one trade today. The one unfortunate shakeout. I literally got stopped at the exact low of the day. That's fun. Perdia flies under the radar. I've heard really good things about them. I've never tried them. Phidias, do they have? I don't think they have Tradovate, right? So if there's no Tradovate, I'm pretty much out. Pratik, yesterday I entered a long and NinjaTrader flipped my orders and gave me a short. Oh man, yeah, brutal. Going out living no Tradovate. I just copy trade them with Tradecopia. That's solid. I guess probably with Rhythmic then. I think I think my game plan pretty much have all the tier one props maxed out. I think I may look at Apex again, as crazy as it is. I think I may give Apex another rip. We'll see. We'll see. Just gotta like Apex, you just gotta prepare for those payouts to be denied and to go for another 8 days. But the scaling opportunity that Apex presents, at least until they eval ban you, it's just so good. I don't know. Is it worth it? Is it worth it going with Apex? I don't know. I feel like it is. Like 90% off sale, right? Just keep costs super low and just be like mentally prepared for, yeah, this may not work. But if it does, then your upside is pretty massive. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. How long does it take you to pass 50K evals? Yeah, so I do them totally differently, and I don't recommend this for anyone, but basically I'll just go in with 3 minis. I'll basically scalp like $500, $500, $500 until they're passed. Not a recommendation, but that's how I go about it. And then once they're in the funded stage, then I'll hook them up to the farm, which is what you see here, just pretty much trading like very light size. Right now we're just trading 3 micros. You have structure and can follow rules. Yeah, so I think I do have the occasional trade where I'll add a contract or two a little lower, and that's the original reason that I got my payout denied uh, a year and a half ago, and so that was my last experience with Apex. What do you mean by farm? That's like my I call it a prop farm, but it's just the copy trading group. Totally works if you have good mental control. You don't want to spend too much time on evals. I think the thing with that is like if I end up if I end up blowing a few of them using that methodology, I don't really mind because the ROI is still going to be so massively positive. But if you are like a newer developing trader, that's not really that's not really a good method. The eval should be treated as like a proving ground that you actually have edge. And so when developing traders just kind of punt the eval to get to the funded, it's honestly a waste of time because you get to the funded, you don't really have strong edge, or you're still kind of, in the early stages of navigating the market. You end up blowing that too. And so now your costs are even higher and your frustration is higher. And Q just kind of coiling here near 400. Are we going to get the pop higher? This thing is just coiling right here beneath prior day high. Dom, this thing is dead now and getting layers, shutting it down. All right, man. Nice work today. Well done on that second entry. The 100-point zipper. B-Link, that's my problem. I'm not good at scaling up and hurry myself because I don't want to pay the next month. I'd recommend looking at accounts that don't have a monthly fee. It's a one-time fee. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Lucid is like that. Yeah, exactly. What Howie is saying right there. Lucid, one-time fee. You can just take your time. You don't have to worry about the rebill. There's no pressure. Okay, NQ maybe breaking higher right now. So this is what I like to see. Let's see if we got an actual new high of day. Funded next, one-time fee. Yeah, I think that's correct. I think that is correct. The edge can be there, just you blow the eval because of narrow drawdowns. Yeah, true. Dropping size solves so many issues in trading. So many issues. Like over the last 11 years now of full-time trading, almost every issue I have resolved by dropping size and going slower. Just gotta be willing to play the long game. Have to be willing to do a lot of traders get into, well, the market just attracts people that want to get rich quick. And then people find out the hard way. That's not that's not really a reality here. But if you up front, if you kind of just decide this is going to take longer than I expect it to, it's going to take longer than I want it to, and then you kind of get comfortable with a longer time horizon, a longer runway, and you're just like, you know what, let me just take it slower and be more methodical with my approach. It's an absolute game changer. I'll never forget very early in my trading career was the thought and the realization of, if I could just prove that I could make literally $20 a day, and this was in the when I was trading options. If I could just make $20 a day, I could probably scale from there. And it seems like comically low, right? Like $20 is nothing. You're not going to be able to pay your bills with $20. But what it did was it just shifted the mindset into something that was more focused on consistency. And that was like a big game changing moment for me in my own trading career. NQ rolling over, little rollover. Muggsy, what do you do when your funding accounts get to 5 payouts and start to go live? You just take the live account. Pratik, did you ever day trade stocks? No. Options, right into futures. Yeah, never mess with stocks. I liked options because they were leveraged. Wanted the leverage. Yeah, never mess with penny stocks or anything like that. But though when I at least when I was getting started, those things were super popular. It was like uh Timothy Sykes. I don't know if some of you newer guys will recognize that name, but Timothy Sykes and then Ross Cameron were like two of the big players in the penny stock, kind of low cap, low float, small cap names. Tried pink sheet stocks early on, got vaporized. Yeah, that sounds about right. The pink sheets, those are unlisted, right? Pratik started with stocks, then moved to futures. Nice, nice. Nasdaq still just coiling here. 5 minutes showing us barcode. Tom starting options added a new layer of learning for no reason. Yeah, options are very complex. The problem with options is that you can be directionally correct and still lose money. Like you could be in calls and the stock goes higher and you still lose money. That that's the joy of options there for you. The joy. All right, Jacob, take care, man. Look at this barcode here. NQ just really struggling with prior day high. Just kind of bouncing between prior day volume point of control and prior day high, prior day value area high right here. Just stuck. All right, Dark to Light, take care, man. Thanks for jumping in. Let's see, ES, S&P. Yeah, so very similar structure here. Although you can see little clues of relative strength on ES. Number one did not make a fresh low right here. Number two, it did make a fresh high right there. Volume just non-existent in ES. And same with NASDAQ. Jake, probably 11 a.m. will clear away for the move higher. Yeah, we still have 20 minutes. I'll probably give it till 11. See if we get another trade on the day. So far, still just 0 for 1 this morning. Looking at the overnight low spring setup. Stopped out at the low. That was it. That was it so far this morning. That was it. Prior 30-minute bar, pretty much a doji. Let's see some of these other time frames. Yeah, I mean this is the monthly volume point of control right here, right at the current price point. And you also have kind of interesting. You have the year to date value area low right at current price point as well. See how much of the sell have we retraced? A little more than 50%. So the 61% is up near that upper resistance zone there. Okay. Well, that's a good shout. NFP tomorrow. Yeah, phenomenal reminder. Volume's like 30% of the average now. Nasdaq just churning here right at 400, right at the double zero. It's getting tighter. It's getting tighter within this structure. So let's see which way it's going to break. Got 15 minutes till 11. Nasdaq, or excuse me, ES right near that prior day high as well. How's everyone's morning? How's the day for everyone so far? Break even, one green, one for one, small green up about 30 points. Small green, nice. Good work, everyone. Dave, keep getting trailed out. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, NASDAQ retesting this prior day high area. See how the structure is just getting tighter? That's what I call coiling right there. Let's see. 11 a.m. around the corner as well. Pretty low expectations given the volume, but location is good. So just going to keep watching until 11, and then we'll make a decision about keeping it going or shutting it down at that time. Yeah, rejected there. Is YM still on the move? Not pull it in a little bit. YM. Wow, look at that retest yesterday. See if you can even see that. Previous all-time high right here, and just retested perfectly right there. Gotta love it. Gotta love technicals. So you could think with NFP tomorrow, this might be it. Yeah, definitely could be. Wouldn't surprise me. If we don't see price make a fresh high, I suspect this is our range for today. In which case, I'll be, like I mentioned earlier, I'll be watching this area for any long opportunities down near the low, down near overnight low, session low, 25, 270, 25, 280 area. Well, let's just see 11 a.m. in 9 minutes. 5 minute, look, just barcode on the 5 minute. Dave, all done for the day. All right, man. Thanks for jumping in the stream. Take care. So NASDAQ just retesting prior day volume point of control. Notice how regular trading hours value area is starting to compress. Value area low right through here. Snooze fest. One decent move today, at least so far, versus that overnight low. And again, we tried it. We definitely tried it. But just shaking out there. And that's the only setup I've had per my plan this morning. So if that ends up being it for today, it'll be a red day. How did I come to only long only? Better performance. RTY gave good locations today. Let's see that. RTY. Russell. Overnight low spring. RTY, just a little low volume. He has intraday gaps here. Yeah, well, I don't mess with this thing. RTY. I'll trade some ES every now and again. ES starting to roll over as well. Okay. Getting some movement here into 11. That sideways range day is looking more and more likely now. Let's see this. Let's see the lows. Let's see overnight low tested. There's some longs down there. Look at that value area low. Just buyers just stepping in right there. No position, but you love to see that sort of response. And ES being bid versus VWAP. I'm looking to see if we get volume improvement into and around 11 a.m. with ideally some better trade location. With that bounce right there, our value area low, this might actually be the structure now, huh? Rather than all the way back down into here. Let's see. Let's see how it develops. All right, there's 11 a.m. Nasdaq just in the middle of that 5-minute barcode right now. Man, rolls over at volume point of control. So a couple of ideas I'll be watching for late morning if they do materialize. Number one, longs down in this area. Longs down near overnight low, current session low, with the idea that there's just going to be a sideways range, maybe a spring setup, right? Or if this strength shows some continuation, I'll look for a new high of day and then an entry near the prior day high. But that's it. That's it. One trade today. Took the stop there. Unfortunate stop. That's what I call a shakeout. That's the shakeout. Shaken out of the spring. But that's part of the game. Followed my plan. Had that overnight low spring setup in my plan this morning. So we have to take it. We take the trade. We see the trade. We take the trade. Boom. See setup. Take setup. Simple as that. Hope you guys had a good morning. We'll be live tomorrow. And that'll be the last stream of the week. Thursday, I'm going to be in Cabo. So we'll be live again after tomorrow. The next stream will be on Tuesday of the following week. You didn't want to re enter today after the loss? Yes, I did. Like I just mentioned, I did not see another setup. So I don't just enter at random like a lot of these streamers do. I trade an actual strategy, I trade an actual playbook. And if there's not a setup, I do not take a trade. Simple as that. Simple as that. Hope you guys had a good morning. We'll keep it going in the Traders Think Tank today. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for your time. Take care.